Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal is trying to seek the opposition's support for the Delhi government's fight against the centre. Kejriwal kicked off a whirlwind tour beginning with West Bengal and Maharashtra to elicit support from the Trinamool Congress, the NCP, and the Shiv Sena-Uddhav Thackeray against the centre's ordinance on jurisdiction over bureaucrats in the national capital.
जो ऑर्डिनेंस लेके आया सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट के खिलाफ में, हमारा पार्टी के लिए मैं सब पार्टी को अपील करेंगे कि अगर हर पार्टियां हम एक साथ में अपोजिशन हो सकता है, दिस इज द मौका है, तो एक बहुत बड़ा मैसेज जाएगा देश के लिए कि हम बीजेपी को राज्यसभा में हरा सकते हैं, तो ऑर्डिनेंस भी जा सकता है। ये बीजेपी को हराने के लिए 24 से पहले एक बहुत मौका मिल गया। हमारा पार्टी से हम डिसाइड किया है, हम ये ऑर्डिनेंस को विरोध करेंगे।
In the previous video, of which you can find the link in the description box, we explained to you how a 5-judge constitution bench headed by the Chief Justice of India, Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, on 11th May unanimously held that the Delhi government can make laws and administer civil services in the national capital, and the Supreme Court also limited the role of the LG to interfere in decision making. However, on 19th May, the centre turned the tables on the judgment. The union government brought an ordinance to notify rules for the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Act regarding the transfer posting, vigilance and other incidental matters. The stated aim of the ordinance was to provide for a comprehensive scheme of administration of services which balances the local and domestic interests of the people of Delhi with the democratic will of the entire nation reflected through the President of India. The government has used the ordinance route to indirectly return to its original position where they gave the LG more power over services. It required the LG to consult the Chief Minister only at his discretion. The ordinance forms a permanent National Capital Civil Service Authority with the Chief Minister as the chairperson and the Chief Secretary and Principal Home Secretary as member and member secretary respectively. The NCCSA exercises authority over civil service officers working in all Delhi government departments except those in public order, police and land. It would decide transfers, postings, prosecution sanctions, disciplinary proceedings, vigilance issues and other things of civil officers deputed to Delhi government departments by majority of votes of the members present and voting. The Lieutenant Governor's decision in case of a difference of opinion would be final. This throws open a scenario in which bureaucrats in NCCSA could possibly veto the Chief Minister. The ordinance explains that the Chief Secretary would represent the will of the officers of the GNCTD. Meanwhile, senior government officials said the ordinance would be supplemented by an additional notification, an order or a circular expected to be issued by the Ministry of Home Affairs soon. The ordinance effectively took away the elected government's executive and legislative power over services awarded by the Supreme Court after an 8-year-long battle with the centre. Therefore, many AAP leaders lashed out at the Prime Minister too.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने ये फैसला दिया कि चुनी हुई सरकार के पास निर्णय लेने की ताकत होनी चाहिए। यही लोकतंत्र है, यही लोकतंत्र का सम्मान है। लेकिन आज जो अध्यादेश केंद्र सरकार लेकर आई है, वो उस हार के डर से, अरविंद केजरीवाल जी की सरकार को पावर देने के डर से वो ये अध्यादेश लेकर आई है।
So what lies ahead? An ordinance is not beyond judicial review of the apex court. Terming the ordinance unconstitutional, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has said that the AAP government will challenge it in the Supreme Court. Earlier, a constitution bench in DC Vadhwa versus State of Bihar had held that the power of the executive to promulgate an ordinance should not be perverted to serve political needs. And this ordinance has to be ratified by Parliament within 6 months. For this, the centre will have to bring a bill for its passage in both houses of Parliament. Kejriwal has invited 7 non-BJP chief ministers to turn the current crisis into an opportunity to re-engage with all non-BJP leaders and catapult himself and the Aam Aadmi Party onto the national stage. But defeating such a bill, if and when it's tabled in the Rajya Sabha, would prove to be a Herculean task for the opposition, which has never been united enough to defeat controversial bills. Moreover, the AAP has 10 MPs in the Rajya Sabha and would need to court its bitter rival, the Congress, which has 31 MPs. Without the Congress, it's difficult to predict how the current opposition parties would eventually side. Currently, the opposition is spaced out in the Rajya Sabha. Here's a look at the number of MPs from various parties. Support from Naveen Patnaik-led BJD and Jagan Mohan Reddy's YSR Congress may turn out to be crucial in this face-off between the centre and Delhi governments. Other smaller parties who have about 1 MP each in the Rajya Sabha without Congress would add up to 77. With the Congress, the tally goes to 108. Will the AAP manage to turn the tides this time with the Congress? What do you think? Let us know below.